Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another episode of Students of Wisdom. Today, we're diving deep into a question that has puzzled many: how to know if she likes you. Now, this isn't just a question of curiosity. It's a question that can cause anxiety, confusion, and self-doubt. And in our journey as students of wisdom, it's essential to tackle these feelings with clarity, calmness, and a deeper understanding of ourselves and others. Before we begin, I invite you to subscribe to Students of Wisdom. This is a place where we explore life's most important questions, guided by ancient philosophy and modern insight, all in pursuit of a better life. Join the community. Imagine this: you're sitting at a cafe, the sun is shining, and there she is, someone who has captured your attention. Perhaps she smiled at you, or you noticed her looking your way a little more often than usual. Your mind starts racing. Does she like me? Is she interested? We've all been there. It's a moment filled with uncertainty. But as a Stoic, I want to start by reminding you of something crucial. You cannot control her feelings. You can only control your own thoughts and actions. Let's think about Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers and a Roman emperor. He wrote extensively in his Meditations about focusing on what is within our control and letting go of what isn't. In this case, her feelings are entirely outside your control. You can't manipulate her thoughts or force her to feel a certain way. What you can control, however, is how you respond to this uncertainty. Ask yourself, how do I behave when I don't know how someone feels about me? If you are consumed by anxiety, constantly second-guessing yourself, or acting in ways that aren't true to who you are, you're only adding to your own suffering. Instead, practice calmness. Be yourself, and trust that if she is interested, it will reveal itself in time. And if she's not, well, that's a reality you must accept too. This leads us to our first lesson: don't overthink things that are not within your control. Focus on your own actions, your own character, and your own value. Now, while you cannot control her feelings, that doesn't mean you should ignore reality. One of the most valuable skills in life is learning to observe carefully, without getting swept away by your own emotions. Seneca, another great Stoic philosopher, taught us that we should be deliberate in our actions and not jump to conclusions. When it comes to knowing if someone likes you, this principle is essential. So, let's consider a few common signs that might indicate her interest. She seeks out your company. If she makes an effort to spend time with you, that's often a strong indication. If she initiates conversations or suggests doing things together, that's a clue. She listens to you attentively. When someone truly likes you, they're interested in what you have to say. Does she ask you questions? Does she remember the little details you've shared? Genuine interest shows up in the way someone listens. She engages with you physically. I don't mean anything inappropriate here. But small gestures, like a playful touch on your arm or maintaining eye contact, can often signal that she feels comfortable around you and is attracted to you. She laughs at your jokes, even the ones that might not be that funny. Laughter is often a sign that someone feels a connection with you. But I want to stress something here. None of these signs alone are definitive. A person might just be friendly or polite. This is where we must practice apatheia, or the Stoic idea of maintaining emotional calm. Don't allow yourself to get too attached to any one sign. Observe, be mindful, but don't let your emotions hijack your reason. The key here is balance. Be aware of the signals, but don't obsess over them. Clarity comes from a calm mind, not one that's clouded by wishful thinking. Let me share a story from my own life. Many years ago, there was someone I had a deep interest in. We spent a lot of time together, and I found myself constantly analyzing her every move. She smiled at me today. She texted me first. Does that mean she's interested? I remember one particular day when I was convinced that all the signs were pointing in my favor. I was sure she liked me back. I even had a plan to ask her out. But when the time came, her response wasn't what I expected. She told me that she valued our friendship and didn't want to pursue anything romantic. At that moment, I felt crushed. But looking back, I realized that the pain didn't come from her words. The pain came from my attachment to my assumptions. I had built up a whole world in my mind, based on signs and signals, without ever really knowing how she felt. This brings us to a crucial Stoic lesson: expectations are often the root of suffering. I had expected a certain outcome, and when reality didn't match my expectations, I felt disappointed. From that experience, I learned something powerful: it's better to approach relationships without rigid expectations. Enjoy the connection for what it is, and let things unfold naturally. Don't force them, don't assume, and don't let your happiness depend on a specific outcome. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is the importance of truthfulness and clarity. If you truly want to know if she likes you, the best thing you can do is to communicate openly and honestly. This doesn't mean you should immediately declare your feelings the moment you feel a spark. But it does mean that, over time, you should have the courage to be clear about what you want. Why is this important? Because living in the shadows of uncertainty can be exhausting. Stoicism teaches us to seek clarity and to live in alignment with our true selves. This means that, at some point, you'll need to address the question directly. Instead of constantly guessing, be honest about your feelings. Now, honesty doesn't mean making demands. It doesn't mean expecting her to feel the same way. But by being upfront, you release yourself from the prison of speculation. You gain freedom. Seneca said, "Truth is the safest lie." When you are honest, you eliminate the need for games or guesswork. You live in alignment with the truth, and that truth will lead you to the right outcome, even if it's not the one you initially hoped for. In life, patience is a virtue that's often overlooked, especially in relationships. We want answers, and we want them now. We want certainty, especially when it comes to whether someone likes us or not. But the Stoic approach reminds us to be patient. Epictetus taught that we must accept life as it comes. Sometimes, the answer to whether she likes you or not won't come immediately. You'll have to wait, to observe, and to let things develop in their own time. But in that waiting, don't let yourself become consumed by anxiety. Practice detachment from the outcome. Whether she likes you or not is not the measure of your worth. It's simply one aspect of life. You are a whole person, with or without her approval. This leads to another important lesson: your value is not determined by someone else's affection. In a world that often equates worth with external validation, it's easy to fall into the trap of believing that if she likes you, you're worthy, and if she doesn't, you're not. This is false. As a Stoic, your worth comes from within. It comes from your character, your actions, and your virtue. Whether she likes you or not is secondary. Focus on becoming the best version of yourself, and the right relationships will naturally follow. To know if she likes you, pay attention to her actions, be honest, and most importantly, stay true to yourself. Don't lose yourself in the pursuit of someone else's approval. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius: "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Keep your thoughts grounded in reality, free from needless assumptions and expectations. Live with integrity, communicate with clarity, and let the natural course of things reveal the truth. Thank you for watching today's episode of Students of Wisdom. If you found value in this message, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others who might benefit. Let's continue our journey together toward a life of wisdom, clarity, and inner peace. Until next time, be well, and may wisdom guide you.